Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
I am going to open this. Hopefully she stays put where she is, because we can watch her shed. This, of course, is the Terciopelo, the Bothrops asper from Central America, primarily Costa Rica. No, that's not a Geiger counter. That's one of the thermostats acting up. You just go about your business and forget that I'm here. You're not going to get fed again. You already had a chicken chick today. And the whole idea was to open this up so we could watch her shed. But I see now that she's been a bit on the disturbed side. It's really a marvelous thing to watch, and I don't get tired of it. I love watching them work individual segments of their body, pulling the scales off as they move forward. Go ahead. Don't give me that lip-parted look. Go on. I'm just standing back here, not moving anything except my lips to talk. So maybe she continues on with what she was doing. This is a pit viper that I really don't like to tangle with, because you're very likely to get bit. This is every bit badass as working a mamba, with the exception of the black mamba, which has extraordinary supernatural powers. Go on, keep moving. There's nothing in this for you other than some TV time. Go ahead. There we go. Continue on. This is a pit viper, which I will put a trap box in her cage when I move her to a larger quarters. They really don't like being moved about, and I don't really like moving them about. Been standing here thinking about if that was the right thing to do or not. Sometimes you just don't know because these animals are very unpredictable. Even though it's a tropical rainforest snake, they certainly don't like to get wet, which I find unbelievable. You know, the camera is in range, so this is why I'm sort of got the camera on a tripod, because this allows me the ability to film this and keep my fingers away from the cage as much as possible. She is a heat-seeking missile. And I very much respect that. A friend of mine, David Kundal, Lehigh University, herpetologist, studies strike behavior at high speed, slowing it down with high-speed cameras, and pit vipers can correct nearly instantaneously if the prey item moves and tries to elude the fangs. Even though I am not prey, she could certainly consider me such, or even a threat, and put the bite on me, so to speak. So, you run out of space? I know, that cage is getting small for you, huh? I know, that's why I'm working on some bigger cage for you. Let's see, it's unusual. This is a Costa Rican snake. The weather in Costa Rica is fairly warm. It's further south than we are, and one would think that they would like, you know, fairly warm climate. Well, not really. I only keep them maybe as hot as 75, sometimes 80, but generally lower than 75. Her cage right now is 73, and she's just doing very, very well. Yep, there's the pointy end. Hello. I know, I see you too. I see you. Yeah, here I am, baby talking a friggin' pit viper that can kill me. Great. Huh? Come on, stay in the cage. I don't want to have to go wide and ruin my shot. Huh? And where do you think you're going, Trouble? Huh? Well, see what risks I go through to bring you the best venomous snake video that can be gotten. Huh? You've decided that you're going to visit everybody, huh? No, this is not so good. Hello. Yeah, I'm over here now. I'm clearing space so I can move about quickly if I need to, even though there isn't a whole lot of space. That's a very good girl. I like that. Keep going. You're doing well. Goochie goochie goo. Now all I need is the lights to go out. They're programmed for going off at 7, which is just in less than a minute. But I've been noticing that they've been not functioning correctly and going off at 7:30. Just as well when I have the Terciopelo's cage open. I would not want to be locked in a dark room with this girl. You know, she doesn't like going into her hut at all, even though I put a hide in there when she was small enough to fit. That's why I'm going to put a trap box in her cage and see how that that works for her. Now, her hide is sort of sitting above the heater in the forest cobra's cage. So I'm thinking maybe that's why she prefers the cooler side of the cage. You always try to give them a choice in temperature and let them find what's perfect for them at that given moment. Yes, I know, I see you. You're watching me, huh? Good. Good. Keep going. These guys sort of pick their heads up and arch it. You can't see it because of the angle of the camera, and sort of swoop down from the top for an attack. We don't want to stir her up. We don't want to frighten her. Yep. I already know that the tail is twitching inside that shedding, so she's getting a little upset with us. So you noticed I just backed off because, oh, she could launch out of that cage and be a real problem in less than a second. So we're just gonna back off and let her do her own thing. That's right, you just go ahead and curl up there in the back. The further you're away from me, the happier I am. You're taking up a lot of tape here. Can we finish this up? Huh? Since she's calmed down, maybe I'll see if we can help this out. Yeah. Did it tear? Or did the whole thing come off? I think it teared. Oh no. Yeah, that sucks. Well, that's not good. What happens is, when the tail shedding doesn't come off properly, yes, I know you can see my heat signature. When the tail segment doesn't come off cleanly and there's a bit left on there, it causes a constriction. Once she grows a little bit, and it cuts off the circulation to that part of the tail, and then they eventually, it's like a tourniquet, they eventually lose that part of the tail. So, are you trying to get it off? Come on. Come on, please get it off all by yourself so I don't have to. That's right. Good girl. Good girl. Yes, you can go from good girl to very bad girl in a fraction of a second. Now let's see if we can zoom in. Time for your close-up, Miss Bothrops. And I'll go ahead and I'll trade my forceps for the hook again, just in case. I find it really disturbing when they sit there and they think, because they are capable of thinking and sorting out problems. And they're very, very intuitive. They have over 63 million years of evolutionary behavior behind them. And one has to keep that in mind at all times. They're not the dumb animals that people think they are. They have quite a bit of intelligence, and they have experience to back it up. Go ahead, how's that tail doing, huh? Oh, good. Come on, we're almost there. We're almost there. Perfect. Got the last little bit. So now she's coiling up for her night sleep or whatever she's going to do. She's got a full tummy. Like I said, she had a big chick to munch on today. So I think she will go into a food coma now that the important part of getting the old shedding off is over with. This is what I consider to be one of the more dangerous snakes in the building, only because she really is. It's the Bothrops asper. I'm moving her to larger quarters because she can go from the back of the cage to the glass in a heartbeat. And she has a huge feeding response, and right now she's hungry, but you know, I want to get her moved before she grows too large. I have a large cage prepared across the way which will suit her for a long time, plus it has a trap box in it. Not very often do you see me put a trap box in with a viperid. But this is certainly a case because I don't want to be working with her too much because she's highly dangerous. She has been called the ultimate pit viper by many people. She's fast, she's agile, she turns on a dime, and is very erratic. As you see, I have my extra long hook, but I don't know if this will afford me the margin of safety I need, so we shall see. Hi there. Pink is looking out at me. Come on. Come on. I see. I see we're not interested in leaving your home. This is really traumatic for these snakes. We will two-hook her. Hopefully she decides to stay on the hooks. And she has 1-inch fangs already. Well, that wasn't very good.
Oh dear, snake hockey.
Exactly what I didn't want to happen.
Under the damn cages where she can go just about anywhere in the room from there.
See, this is why a lot of times I'll tail a snake, because unless they snap at me, I'm not going to let go. The hook, they can just swim off. I don't care how good you are with the hook. Now, generally snakes will go to one corner or the other. The question is, what corner? And she has a long reach and is very fast, so we must be very careful where we put our hands and feet. Well, okay, stop the camera until I rearrange things a little bit. I have to pull those out. I have to keep that cage available while doing all this. It'll be very tricky. It's coiled up. You know, but I'm not going to go reaching under there with my hand and grab her. Sorry. So you're going that way, I think.
Yeah, there she goes. There
Alright.
she is. Right between these two. You can see her little head there.
Hi.
Her pointy little head.
Come on. Now I don't want to resort to the tongs, because that will really piss her off. I will if I have to, but we're not at that point yet. Hello. Hello. There you go. Yes, I know. Well, that wasn't too bad. We'll shut this now. Okay, so let her go in and calm down. Now, people were probably saying, well, it's a Bothrops. Why is he putting a trap box in there? Well, this is exactly why. Because these things are really pogo sticks with venom. Once they get on the move, they're very difficult to control. I could have used the large tongs. There she is, coiled up in the back. So we'll let her relax a little bit. There's the trap box door in line so I can shut it if she's in there. So we'll let her acclimate, but this is why I have a trap box in there, because she's very difficult to work with. She doesn't stay on the hook, as you saw. I don't want to use a pair of Gentle Giant tongs to grab her, because that will make her insane. I am not really excited about grabbing her by the tail, so we will remove her from the cage as little as possible when she's out on her own. You know, this way, once she's in the trap box, I can shut the door, I can spot clean, I can pull the whole trap box out and lock it in a big tub, and then go ahead and change her substrate or do whatever I need to do in the cage without having to worry about her. She's a tough customer.